So the goal is to not touch any of the trees at all. We will shape the ground a little bit. Because, you know, here, 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The edge of the road will be underneath these leaves. So we kind of have to dig down, basically. We have to dig down here. And put the edge of the road really at that level. So then the road is actually going to be down here. And we'll avoid touching the trees, but, you know, we're going to have to do that. Alright, so where does this go? And where is this road? I guess we'll come through here, avoid touching this tree. Because this kind of turns away right there. I guess we'll just do that. And then have it line up there. There we go. The other side of this would be 1, 2... So the other side is like there, isn't it? Yep. Yep, so the other side of that diagonal is there. And then 1, 2, 3. The other side of that diagonal is there. So that's gonna be the path, I guess. We're gonna have like a sign here. This way to the statues, and then that way to the skyscraper. And then 1, 2, 3, and then the path is like that. So I've kind of marked it out. Hopefully it makes sense. And now I just have to, you know, make sure the path is flat and not all up and down like this. I think it's gonna be good. Don't know if there's too much point in recording the actual construction of the path. I mean, it'll be interesting on one level, but also fairly mundane and not that, you know, novel or unusual in any way. And I think you can imagine what it's going to look like, given that, you know, my previous road building style. I had to just kind of, yeah, I'm going to have to level that out a little bit. Probably fill in this little ditch here, and then maybe shave off the top of the hill up here. But otherwise, should be nothing too surprising. And the path will wind around the trees a little here. That's all good. And it comes through here. Yep, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, wait a minute. Did I mess that up? I did mess that up. There's not enough room for the trees. Alright, I'm gonna have to push this road. Actually, I might just kind of push this 2 blocks forward. Like, have it straighten out here. Because that's actually too close to those trees, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Alright, so I'm gonna have to straighten this out here. I'm not gonna punch the wood with my hands on the screen like this. Okay, so I think most of this is fairly obvious what I'm gonna do. So I guess I'll stop recording for a while, and I'll come back when I've made more progress. Let's see how long that takes. Alright, so it took a while, and I think I've got most of the path planned out. So I've put in the 2 sides, and that's the wood bits, the birch wood bits. I haven't put the gravel in the middle, but that's just going to be filling in, right? That's not going to be difficult at all. So here we are at the end of the bridge, at the bottom of the skyscraper, and so I'll just walk along the path once, back around to the storage, just to show you guys what it looks like and what I've done. So the alternating torches to minimize the number of torches we use. It's basically a path. Like, you know, as I've said before in other videos, like roads are important, but roads are not really all that glamorous or, you know, impressive or anything. So, oh, the staircase. I guess the stairs are pretty simple too. but you see that I'm sticking with the slab, so block, slab, block kind of staircase. So if you go up one block, you have to travel forward 2 blocks to go up 1 block, if that makes sense. So it's a 2-to-1 sort of staircase. I like kind of shallow staircases as opposed to steep staircases. Just think it's kind of nicer to walk slowly up a staircase. That's one of the biggest ones, which you can see is not very big. It goes up like 4 blocks. So here we are, we join up to the statues, the valley of the sentinels, and so the path forks a little. Maybe you should pillar up just to see the path from above, because I haven't done that. So this path, as we said earlier, it kind of weaves in and out of the trees a little bit. I've managed to keep the trees completely untouched, which is good. So this goes back that way. This is pretty straightforward, diagonal. Let me just, don't know how useful this is going to be. Let me just pillar up and see if we can get a bird's eye view of the layout of this path. So yeah, this is not a very big road and not all that interesting. Fairly basic, fairly functional. So you can see the path goes along there. Fairly simple, right? And then it kind of comes down there to the statues and then joins back up there and then around the beach through the hill towards the courtyard. So yeah, nothing too special. But I have been thinking about putting roads into my map for a long time and I've never done it. So I guess I've done this one. Well, not quite yet. I basically have to dig out a layer and then put in gravel. So I guess I'll come back when I put in the gravel. And that's not going to be too much. It's not going to be very interesting. It's going to take a while because you have to dig out all the stuff and then put the gravel back in. But it won't make much difference. You know, like it just makes a different material. Here, I haven't done anything here yet. So there's the other slightly bigger staircase. That's not that impressive. So here we're going to have to figure out how to do this part. And the retaining wall around the rest of the tree farm. Maybe I'll just save that for a little later. I've been kind of doing this path for a few hours. Almost 2 hours, I think. So that might be enough for today. Alright, so there's the path. I'll put in the gravel and then I'll come back after I've got the gravel in and just walk through it one more time back the other way. And that'll be it. Just a little bit of building in Minecraft. Making the world a little bit more interesting, a little bit at a time. Alright. Okay, so I've put the gravel in, and I've been thinking a little bit about what I've actually built. And there's a few things that I want to point out, just in case you guys want to build roads and it doesn't work out quite as well for you. The first problem, or first potential problem with what I've done is, I've built a road that links directly with locations. Which is not roads how usually are. Like if you walk out your front door, you'll see that the road outside your door actually goes past your house. It doesn't go to your house, it goes past your house. And in fact, a road will go past all the buildings. It doesn't actually go to a building. Does that make sense? Like you have buildings alongside the road network, and the road network doesn't. Like the road network is just a network. Like it joins all places, but it doesn't join point A to point B. It kind of goes past point A and point B and all other points, and then you can just kind of use the road to get to any point. So the way that this just joins up to the courtyard is not actually the best way to build roads, because it's joining the courtyard to, and then the other end is the statues, and then it joins the courtyard to the skyscraper. So, you know, conceptually, this is not how you should build roads, but, and there's a but, what I have done here is I've got a lot of builds that have already considered that. So, for example, this road comes into the courtyard, but the courtyard itself, it's kind of an open area. It's like a really big road in a way. So it doesn't matter, like it's not a building that you can't walk through. It's an open space that you can walk through. And therefore, you can walk from the road through the courtyard onto another road. So the transport part of it is continuous, and therefore it's not really like a road linking your house to your friend's house, which doesn't make sense. It should kind of link all houses. So in this case, because of the fact that the road ends at a courtyard and you can walk through the courtyard the same way you can walk along the road, it doesn't hurt here. And then at the statues, as we go over there, remember that the statues, there's also like a little road at the base of the statues and around the lake. So around the lake there's like a broken path, a broken slab path linking the 3 pavilions, and then from that there's like the double circle staircase going underneath the statues. So there's roads in this project too. So here, this road links with the roads that are already in the project. So here, I mean, we're in the pavilion, but this is all open, right? And then you come around here, and then here's the broken slab path. So there's like there's more paths in the project, and so that's what I mean when I say, the paths don't, like, it works here. Even though all the paths seem to link from one building to another, the fact that the buildings are designed for you to walk through them, or at least it's not really a building here. You see, this is like a massive staircase underneath here. So these are more roads basically, or more paths. So it doesn't really matter that like the road ends at a project, because really what it's doing, it's joining up the paths at each project. Does that make sense? So by doing that, this actually works. Whereas if this project was, say, a monolithic building or something impenetrable, or like a giant castle with a wall around it, and the road just kind of goes up to the statue and then goes into a dead end basically, because if you have a castle and there's one gate and there's a wall, then once you go into that gate, you can't really, like, you have to kind of turn around to come back out of that gate. You can't walk through the castle out the other side. So unless your castle is designed in such a way that there's roads inside, and it's a continuation of the road network, then if you did that, then it would make sense. Which is kind of like what I've done here, because every project has open space and has paths around it already. So that kind of makes sense. Which, brings us to this other thing, which is the skyscraper. The skyscraper is somewhat different. It is kind of like that castle arrangement where there's a front door and then you go in and then you go up, and then there's no real way to come back out again except to turn around and go back the way you went in, right? So here, there's cake, I should eat the cake. So here, the road goes past the skyscraper. You see this? Because the skyscraper doesn't have a road network, well, I mean it will, but it's like a dead end. So here, instead of just the road going straight to the skyscraper and going into the front door, and it will go to the front door eventually, but here I've made it so that it goes past the skyscraper, and then it joins up with the bridge. And then presumably if there's anything else on in the other direction, they'll keep going in that direction. For the moment I've ended it here, right? There's actually not enough space there anyway. I don't know. We'll leave the road like this, and then so if I want to extend it further, I can just keep going that way. So here, the road goes past the building, because if it goes to the building, then it's just a dead end. And, road network, you really shouldn't have a dead end. And then of course here there's the bridge. I mean, a bridge is a build, but at the same time it's also a road. So it's not like it's a dead end, it's a road. So you're joining different bits of road into a bigger road network. So I just want to point that out. Where is this spot? There's a cave underneath here, and I don't know where it is. So yeah, I just want to point that out. Just so that, if you're building roads, you want to be aware that you want a network. You don't want it to just end. You don't want to just join two buildings together and then have a dead ends either way, and then it doesn't go anywhere. You want it to be able to expand beyond whatever it is that you're joining up, and so you want it to go past your buildings most of the time. Like, how this road, it goes past the storage and it joins up with the courtyard here. Anyway, so there's that. Hopefully that makes enough sense. And when you're building roads, like if I built a road that just links the front door of the storage here, to the front door of the glass tower there. It's like it's not that useful. It only links two places. Whereas with a network, you're linking everything together into the same network, and it's actually useful that the road, joins different places. The Christmas tree is still there. Should probably cut that down since it's not Christmas anymore. Yeah, I guess I'll stop. I guess it's a birch road because it's a birch wood. I was thinking I'll plant some birch trees as well along the road. I'm not sure where I would do that. There is already like a few birch trees over there. I don't want to disturb those. And you can't really grow trees inside a cave. There's not really much room here. And then here there's the forest of birch trees already, so there's not really much space to plant any birch trees around here. So I don't know, I guess I don't need to. I can think about that in my own time. I'm gonna take a break here. I was talking about the retaining wall earlier, but I guess I'll leave that until later on. I mean, I kinda know, I think I know what I want to do. So, up to here there'll be just a wooden retaining wall. I just use the oak logs and wood to kind of build a retaining wall here. And then here maybe I'll have it come out. Have the logs kind of come out and then holding that up. Although I can always just cut that back maybe. I will have to think about it. Anyway. Alright, so one more little thing for my Minecraft world. Nothing spectacular, I mean, just the road, but as I keep saying, roads are important. Alright, let's see you guys.